So there are some technical or lighting issues going on, but I'm pretty sure it's God saying you're not singing loud enough. It's like the cymbals. Yeah. All right. So no pressure, but the 8:45 or 8:30 service, they had almost 100% on this next song. Everybody was doing it, and they got less sleep than you. So, yeah. All right. So we've got some hand movements. All right. So we have build. Everybody build. And we have a house. We have a rock. We have sand. We have rain. We have floods. We're ready. Yes, this is a test, and we will keep singing it until you're all participating. I didn't tell you that about the first service. That's why they all participate.
That was pitiful, so you need help. I think help's the problem.
All right.
We need some help. Isabel, come up here. She was just obviously learning this song. I noticed when it was on the screen, this is a brand new song, copyright 1948. We're singing brand new music today, can you tell? But Isabel, you can look out and get anybody else you want up here to help you. Who do you want to get? Your dad? Okay. Okay, Dr. Garcia, come on up. This is our resident heart surgeon. Watch how smooth the hands are. Now, come on over here, Israel. Now, Isabel, you stay over there. It's not that hard. Now we can pick one more person. Who do we want to be? Say that again.
Tammy Payne.
Okay. Tammy Payne, come on up here. We're going to show that anybody can learn this song. We've got two experts, and we got the most uncoordinated human I've ever met.
We're going to put you right in the center.
No, right here, Tammy.
Thank you.
Now, we've got a lot of, no, they won't hear you. We've made sure there's visitors. We've got a lot of people obviously gone today because of summer break. Those of us that are here really have no lives. We're just here, right? And it's raining. I'm 100% convinced, Tammy, when I got up this morning, that 4 or 5 of the apostles wouldn't have come to church, having lost an hour's sleep and it pitch dark and cold and rainy. But we're here. And you're going to help people praise the Lord with this new song from 1948. It goes with the text today, and that way you do will affect the worship of Christ, the worship, and all eternity for these people.
They're in trouble.
Now, Isabel and Israel, I've got faith in you guys.
Thanks.
Is this being recorded?
Yes, make sure, please record it. All 3 of them. I want. Had you ever heard this song before? Okay. Can't believe. And you're now I'm going down here and watch this. If anybody wants to record it, but
David should stay up
No, join in with them. No, you're.
You can't hide behind me.
Yeah, I'll scrub in if you need me, Doc.
The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock. And the rains came a-tumbling down. How they doing? The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. And the house on the rock stood firm. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. And the rains came a-tumbling down. The rains came down.